Hello, bestie. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're drinking water, and I hope your day is going well. I just woke up because I thought the first thing I wanted to do at 9 o'clock in the morning was record a video, which I realize now is a mistake because I don't even think my will to live has woken up yet. But I do have coffee, and so I assume it will get better at some point. I know last week I said I was going to play Sheath, but I lied. Sorry. I'm actually going to play Casey Noir and the Carved Pumpkin Latte. This game is free. You can play this game for free. It's also going to be a little bit of a longer game. This is me stress testing us playing games under 2 hours, or if I'm going to change it to maybe an hour and a half or something to that effect. I'm pretty sure this is like an hour and a half. Either way, free, 99. Go download it. Go play it. Unless you don't want to, in which case I will play it for you. It will be a cool, fantastic time. As per usual, I know nothing about this game other than I think the art style looks really cool, and I can assume that this was made by one artist. I'm also pretty sure that this is a visual novel, which means that I get to do so many voices today. Without further ado, we shall not delay any longer. Let's play Casey Noir and the Carved Pumpkin Latte. Made for the 6th annual Spooktober Visual Novel Jam and improved later with care. This was a game jam? Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love visual novels, by the way. I don't play them on stream very often, and I likely won't play them for this channel either because visual novels tend to be long. But this is really cool. I love the color palette, by the way. I can sort of tell that maybe they got this color palette from Pixel. There's this Pixel site. Maybe Editing Ruthie? Hey, Editing Ruthie, how are you doing? Are you feeling better now that it's not 9 a.m.? Editing Ruthie, can you please pull up the Pixel site that has palettes? This site is intended to be used for pixel art palettes, but this palette that I'm looking at right now feels like it was pulled from that site. Okay, so right click to view settings. Oh, please. Dev comments. Ooh. Hey, look, Endless Labyrinths of Night Roads Volume 1 with chapters 1 and 2 and interlude 1 is out. This is so cool. They've got so much stuff. Can we switch to full screen? Oh, thank goodness. Hold on, gang. I gotta switch some OBS stuff. For those who use OBS, if you want to do things without the source snapping, I will show you what that means. Welcome to the streaming overlay. Wow. It's not even Twitch. If you do this, it snaps. You see how it's snapping like that? If you do control, it won't snap, which is fantastic because I didn't know that, and now you do, and I do. Awesome. We're full screen. It was windowed mode for a second, and so the resolution was really weird for a second. I didn't like it. I'm so glad we have a full screen option. I wonder if they used RenPy for their game development of choice. All right, hover over parts of the screen. Ooh. All right, now we're done hanging out in the settings. Let's see what we're doing. The hotel is surrounded by sets of blue flower bushes for decoration. They seem carefully maintained. It's a dog. Okay. Oh, okay. So this right here is to go back to this map. Door. Ooh. Okay, so we have spooky door with arches. Pumpkin. I won't be needing a room to stay in, for my home is a step away from any shadow I see. Oh, really? Ding ding? I can't ding ding. Dang it. Elevators. Party room. Rooms. Okay. What's down here? A few bushes have been cut down rather poorly at that. Editor Ruthie's going to hate this game because I'm going to be cutting so much stuff. All right, we're gonna go to the elevator. Let's go to the party room. Hello, shadowy figures. It's me, Ruthie. Until I know what my name actually is. Ooh. What is a shade doing here? I thought it was gonna be an exclusive kind of party. It's hard to get rid of these pests. Well, who would have guessed that you'd care to pay me a visit after all these years? Come here, you ghostly apparition. Glad to see you, little punk. Hey, it's been a while since any of those descriptions were given to me. And especially tonight, as all of us took upon a self-proposed title. Call me Old Bones, Bobby. Or, at least in front of the guests. Sure, Bobby, as long as you throw 1 or 2 bones my way. Ah, this is Casey. This is Casey. Hi, Casey. Casey is Russian. Drinks are on the house. Had to guess that if anything, a party consisting of coffee connoisseurs would entice you to visit me. Connoisseurs? Judging by House of Cards in the main room by a glance, the title of entrepreneur will spring to mind way sooner than anything as flattering as that. Apologies for disturbing you, Old Bones Bobby. One of the guests lost the key to their room and is asking for a replacement. Sorry, Casey. You better think of a title for the night by the point I'll finish with this. Oh, I sure will. Casey? Groovy tunes give this place a vibe that even the cackling of a snobby aristocrat can't ruin, partially because it makes it harder to hear them. Oh my, who would have guessed that such an intriguing personality would visit my party? Your party? Yes, dear, my party. I'm the humble patron of this charming abode. Not as charming as it used to be, of course, but this'll have to do. Tonight, I'll be going by Lady hold on. Help! Google! Ah!
Quintessence.
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 Quintessence. Tonight, I will be going by the title Lady Quintessence, and this is my friend and her husband, Double Trouble. Ah, classy. And how shall I address you? Casey. Casey Noir. Is that so? No interest in going with something more creator, Mr. Sorry, darling. None of those to suit me quite enough. And yes, Casey Noir it is. What is the point in trying to reinvent perfection? Well, aren't you a charming one? Oh, it seems more guests have arrived. Greetings, Mr. Romero. Oh man, I gotta think. Double toil and trouble makes me think Shakespeare old witches. What in the world are you and your girlfriend doing here? Oh, I invited them. You did what? I specifically asked you not to pull anything like this. Huh, of course. Why does it matter that one of them has poached one of my best employees? With all due respect, Mr. Romero, I chose to leave of my own accord. Maybe someone should treat their employees with more respect before starting to complain about them. Oh, spare my ears. We'll see how much you'll listen to all those little violins your workers will play if any mild problem arise. Who would have guessed that of all people would criticize you of all people would criticize your workers so harshly? And who are you supposed to be? Firstly, I believe that tonight we will all give ourselves special titles, don't we? So let me introduce you to my friends, Miss Crescent Moon and Miss Pumpkin. Pumpkin, really? Even found a nice accessory to look like a jack-o'-lantern. It is very cute. It is quite charming. Thanks. And as okay, you. And as far as I myself go, well, you can address me as the inheritor of lost glory. I'm so glad that I chose that. Oh, I see that someone has a talent for the dramatic. To an unbearable degree within only a couple of minutes at that. Well, I guess the two of you might recognize me under my actual name, Miss Crescent Moon. Will you do me the honors? Mr. and Mrs. Romero, let me introduce my sponsor. Amari Blacksword. You have got to be kidding me. Whoa, this is getting interesting. You know, I always knew that behind all that talk about workers' rights and team spirit, there was nothing more than hollow egocentrism. And even as such, just to think that you'd be so hypocritical as to make a deal with one of the most infamous aristocrats in the last century. Now, why such rudeness? I might be a black sword that the so-called one of the most infamous aristocrats in the last century was a title bestowed upon my father, not me. For you, not only to show your nose around here, but also proudly present yourself with all that smugness is beyond infuriating. Lady Quintess, does your vent by any chance have any alcoholic beverages in its roster? Bottom shelf in the kitchen. Oh dear. I don't actually remember what I was giving you. It's always a pleasure to see the disappointment in your eyes regarding your choice of partner, Miss Romero. Burn. Yeah, your husband's a bitch. There's drama. Wow, that was something. You must be quite vengeful to push that guy's buttons so much. Sorry that you had to see that as your first impression of us. Me and the Romeros have never seen eye to eye. First he tried to buy a cafe I've opened up to no avail. Then opened a competing one on the same street only for it to go under. That's not the end of it. I believe tonight the two of them go by the title of Double Trouble. Sounds about right. Aw, come on, Jules. I know this is more of a business trip than anything, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't try to have a good time. Sorry, I guess we didn't get introduced, did we? Well, I introduced myself, you were just late. Oh, sorry. No need, it's a good thing. Things would be much less interesting if everything would align just right, according to plan. No unpredictability. Name's Casey. Casey Noir. So, why did the two of you show up here? Besides infuriating Double Trouble, that is. You don't make an impression of snobby aristocrats. I mean, you don't either, Casey. Oh, we thought to play the role of one, but the two of us decided that we'd just try to relax and spend some quality couples time together. I can't read today. Today's not a good day for reading. Right. Want to try my special coffee recipe? How could I refuse such an offer? With words, generally, it's always an option, but I'm glad you decided not to consider it. Wow, this is something. Nearly makes me go full wine taster levels of pretentious to properly describe how nice this is. Oh, thanks. This party is the first opportunity I've gotten to present it to someone other than my friends. At my previous workplace, I was responsible for general barista stuff. Never really given much opportunity to try newer stuff. So getting to actually do something nice on a day-to-day basis will be a different kind of experience, that's for sure. It wouldn't be right not to just help my own partner as she struggles with her job dissatisfaction, especially when having the means to. Needless to say, I'm thankful for that. So what's the story about the inheritor of lost glory? They already got too many headaches due to the unpleasant history of their family. What kind of history? Well, his father's the reason for the current unionization of labor laws to ever be made in the first place. A lot of really exploitative practices. We're talking paying in company credits that can only be exchanged only in other company businesses level of evil. Ugh, gross company town shit. That sucks. So a while back, it led to a huge unionization effort spanning quite a few industries. The government stepped up, leading to a lawsuit where huge amounts of workers actually got properly repaid for the work they've done. The payout was so large that it made up a huge chunk of Blackwood. Blacksword fortune, rendering him no longer able to sustain his huge sets of commercial networks. With a bunch of repaid workers buying out the businesses for which they worked for with the money. One of the workers being Mr. Double Trouble's father. So that is what this is all about. The legacy of some passed away aristocrat still haunting the lives of those who came after. Pretty much. Though the likes of him have no right to feel that way, considering that Mr. Romero himself has been going down the same path as that ruthless businessman. The fight allowed for Double Trouble's family to start their own business. So what led you to cross the paths with the two families? My father fell into a gray area where his work fell in the lowest repayment rank despite his 12-year experience due to constantly being sent from one place to another as he was managing a bunch of them. Then, as I was stumbling my way through the bureaucracy and needed to open up a cafe, I was contacted by Inheritor of Lost Glory. They weren't in good relations with their father, and they were trying their best helping those affected by him, and myself included. Ever since then, they've been my sponsor. Greetings, ladies and creatures, undefined. How is your evening going? If you need anything, ask Bill, or, today he simply goes by the title of Serviceman. It's always a pleasure seeing your wrinkly face, Bobby. Oh, spare me the compliments. My glory days are behind me. Spending the rest of them in this lovely place is as much as I can hope for from life. Wow, aren't you an optimist, Mr. Old Bones Bobby? I am old, my dear. Have to play my role as nicely as I can, and so should you, so liven up. Relax and enjoy what we have to offer. I couldn't help but notice that your last visit was a bit of a letdown, as if to be blunt. So I hope we'll do a better job at relieving some of that pesky stress eating up at you all. Oh, you really shouldn't worry about that much, Bobby. We'll do fine. Ah, so you've been here before? Yeah, we have, for Pumpkin. This was her first time being here, but not for me. Back when I was a kiddo, me and my parents used to visit this place. At the time, it was quite boring. Not gonna lie. Who would have guessed that a quiet hotel where one goes to escape the pressures of their daily life wouldn't be that good of a place for a hyperactive child? Who would have thought? We stopped coming here for a while after I sprained my ankle while playing in the yard, only coming back a few years after I became an angsty teen for whom the tranquility of such a place was a breath of fresh air. Though despite how long of a break between visits I had, I still see the same old serviceman even till this day. What? Seriously? It must have been at least 15 years or somewhere around that mark, yeah. Good old Bill has been here so long that the hotel changed 3 hands by now. No wonder he looks so tired all the time. Did I talk to everybody? Do I need to talk to you again? Wow, that was something. Apologies, it's not uncharacteristic for him to have such a short fuse. Oh, quite the opposite. Between him and his wife, he's usually the quiet one. I doubt that. Believe me, I've been acquainted with him for a whole 2 minutes. Sounds reliable enough. Honestly, I didn't expect either of the Blacksword family to take upon my party invitation. It's always more of an formality than anything.
Well, you know, what better way to make an impression than to come to a party invited, yet to everyone's disbelief. Speaking of disbelief, I don't believe the two of us got properly introduced. Or at least you didn't. Quite unusual to meet someone with such an exquisite relationship towards simple existence.
Casey Noir. Pleasure's all mine. So, Miss Blacksword, how did...
Oh dear, you seem to be mistaken in your assumptions. I'm no miss.
Mr.
Still no.
I seem to have a strange sense of deja vu washing over me. Or you might not just have it in you to appreciate the taste of a good drink.
Horror? The owner of this establishment seems to have a good taste in literature.
Yeah, Old Bones Bobby used to talk about his collection quite a lot back in the day. So, the two of you know each other? You can say so, yes. Last time the two of us met properly, he didn't even own this hotel yet. But that would be more than a decade ago. Anyway, I don't believe I've read the one you're holding.
Moments Undefined. It's considered a new classic. It's an anthological series. It's an anthological series centered around various horror concepts engraving themselves into a person's life, with each story seeming one-off concepts building up to an end part where it all culminates in an interesting way.
I wouldn't call it any more than a middle-of-the-road pulp fiction, though.
Well, that's quite harsh of you. While yes, I do believe that it's a bit more bland
than the author's future works,
neither of which have reached as beloved as a status as this one. To say that it's mere pulp fiction would be to discredit a borderline art house approach to the way it presents standard horror concepts.
Darling, you're a business owner, just like me. So let me give you some advice. You don't make an impression on others with the uncertainty you have towards something. Go all in, or don't go at all. Commit to the bit. Continue to think in such rigid ways, and you won't even have time to blink before you'll lose touch with reality. To view something that way will do nothing but add confusion over your own feelings. Not being able to express or explain instead of just switching between binary love or hate. I have to side with our charming ghostly apparition here. You're definitely lacking in nuance. Nuance? Nuance? Nuance, my darling. Oh, spare me the headache.
So what do the two of you do for a living?
I'm a private detective of sorts. Yeah. I want to escape this social setting and go be a detective, actually.
Private detective? You mean like murders?
Sometimes. More often, I prefer to take on the more peculiar mysteries akin to thefts. Not a fan of death? Yeah, considering they died. Does anyone? There's already so much excitement found among the living. In comparison, murder cases feel much more like an obligation to uncover the truth. What about you? I'm a real estate owner, businesses mostly. Restaurants, shops, entertainment establishments, hotels. Is that how you got to know Double Trouble? Indeed. I've gotten in contact with them to buy out a building in an opportune location. I had reasons to believe it would not make its return for them, but they put it up for sale for the public. After some negotiations, we settled on a price as well as a business agreement. In exchange for a good price on the building in question, I would have my coffee shops of their chain in all my hotels. I don't have to worry about the location. I don't have to worry about everything one needs for a good coffee shop. And what do you do for living, inheritor of lost glory?
Oh, you know, spend most of my time trying to help victims of my father's legacy. Some of those I've helped ended up engaging in different sorts of businesses with me. Like Miss Crescent Moo's establishment. Besides assisting with financing it, I help with connections to suppliers, repair work, and so on.
Well, aren't you a charitable one?
Guilty as charged.
What's with your sour mug, sweetheart? Can't say for sure why, but this all just feels artificial, like we're drawn in a visual novel.
Isn't that just business talk in general?
I guess you have a point.
Oh, serviceman, get me some of those delicious pastries.
Yes, ma'am.
If anyone's looking for me, I'll be at the terrace.
Am I done talking to everybody? Where's the mystery? I want to detect. Do I have to talk to Inheritor of Lost Glory?
So, what do you mean of it all? Halloween, I mean.
Why does it sound like you expect me not to be familiar with it?
Oh, my apologies. I'm not particularly informed about the inner workings of minds such as yours. Up until tonight, your existence was no more than rumors to me.
Of course it was. It's unlikely for one person to meet more than one shade in their lifespan.
How so?
It's me. All I know is that it's very rare for the lives of two shades to intersect, even when it comes to those we meet.
Is it part of what happens to one's past after they become a shade true?
Judging from my experience, I would say so. I can't remember anything before it, then no one can remember me. Not any physical evidence of me ever existing before then.
Then how do you know you had a past?
It's the emptiness.
What?
While it's gone, there are still traces of something existing in place. An empty line from registry, photos where a person interacts with someone we can't see. A person's own house indicating that they weren't living there alone.
Is it traumatic?
What do you fucking think, you idiot? Not really, just unpleasant. It's hard not to wonder what my life was before all this, but the world just keeps moving and so am I. Can't spend too much time on empty reminiscing when those I care about slowly die with each second I do so.
Well, aren't you theatrical?
You're the one to talk.
Oh, well then, wouldn't you want to spend a little bit of my slowly passing days with a dance?
I think I would rather die, actually. Getting straight to the point, can I refuse?
Oh, believe me, there's nothing straight about it.
Shut up. Ooh. Hi, can I help you? You're like in my face. Back up. I think someone's getting stabbed. All right. Someone let me out of this nightmare. I hate social parties. I might as well save.
Oh, hey. If you're looking for old Bobby Bones, he left while you were dancing with my friend.
Well, it's been a while since we've seen each other. I'm at fault for not reminding him about my lack of tact, it seems.
Sorry if I am being somewhat nosy, but did the two of you used to be a thing?
Something of that kind, yes. It's hard for me to impart anything with a definition unless it has a certain shade, because I'm a shade, of malevolence to it. Good things shouldn't be bound by preconceived notions. Quite an idealistic way to look at things, don't you think so? Well, darling, I've been alive for so long that I stopped keeping track of my own age. Pragmaticism, for me, is an afterthought. Is that so? Huh. I wonder what kind of life leads someone to end up as a shade? As do I, dear. As do I. I'm being flashbang. It's supposed to be raining all day. Why is the sun outside? Go away. I think I simply loved life too much to entertain the idea of death. Must have been one lucky life to be had. Aren't most? Sorry, it's just I don't think an immortal will have an easy time to understanding it. Well, what's the most attainable thing now that would make your life even a little bit better? Huh, having a girlfriend to myself? I think I can help you with that. What? No. It's a professional event. We came all this way to make impressions. Having a good time isn't necessarily a requirement for that. You mortals are always making up reason to be dissatisfied, aren't you? You know, for someone who's lived so long, I thought you would have learned the value of patience. Well, maybe with coffee as good as the one you make, I might as well take my time. I'll take that as a compliment. Well, of course. How else would one interpret it? I think I'll have to say goodbye to you for tonight. Jules seems to be busy, so I might as well take my leave and rest in my room. Goodbye. I think someone's been murdered, and I want to see the murder, and I don't want to talk to these people anymore. Where's the murder, Casey? Where is it? Well, aren't you a charmer? What's that, old man? Jealous? I'm ready for a dance whenever you are. Oh, hush. Stuff like that is better left for hot and young-blooded. Not so long ago you're something like that. Or it's just something as insignificant as the passage of time changed that. Still the same old muse I fell for all those years ago. I really did miss you, you know. Yeah, you were just so busy back during our last meeting, I didn't want to distract you from more important things in your life. They used to be lovers, and they were roommates. Sooner or later, you're going to have to start considering that maybe you're one of the most important things in the other person's life. As lovely as that would be, I'm just a guest. I'm not sure if I can just stay and watch someone's life pass away before my own eyes. Maybe the difference wouldn't be as noticeable if it didn't take you years to visit me. I'm sensing fear-in vibes. Like an immortal who does not realize that the passage of time actually kills people. I'm sorry, Bobby. I truly am. You know, it's not just how I do things. It's quite hard to change the way I am. Yet, you were looking after me after I bought this hotel from Lady Quintessence 10 years ago, weren't you? So you noticed. I hoped you would talk to me, but you just watched in silence. Why? I'm sorry for making you wait for me. I thought if I was out of the picture for long enough, you would find someone else to spend the rest of your days with. You know, it's quite funny that you say something like that, because I have heard stories and knew a couple of people where their significant other died and they just never found anybody else for the rest of their life. So don't be stupid, Casey. And love Bobby Bones. God damn it. I thought Bobby Bones got stabbed. Who got stabbed? Casey, it's not about a passing flirt here and there. I couldn't care less about being in any sort of formal relationship. What I was missing was the friend I had in you. And you can justify it however you want. Be it related to the nature of your immortal existence as a shade or more personal stuff. But facts are facts. You left me because you're scared of getting close to someone. Maybe you're right. This is that was really cool. That was really cool. Oh my God. It's a murder mystery. It's a closed room murder mystery. Oh gosh. It took a lot of setup, but we're here. Pumpkin? No. I liked Pumpkin. Pumpkin went up to their room. Do you remember? It happened like 2 minutes ago. This is Pumpkin's body. It fell through the tent. Julia, do you hear me? Don't look there, not right now. Robert, is there any tea? Upper corner shelf in the kitchen. Come here, sweetie. This is bad. No kidding. Shouldn't we call the police? There's a phone at the other side of the road. Casey, can you call them? You're gonna let the shade call for the police for all we know. We'll frame this on them. Please just call the cops already. Ugh. Yes, we discovered the body of one of the guests falling through the tent with a blade in her back, and we aren't aware who the murderer is. What? How many guests were there at the party? Oh my God, are we on the phone? Oh my God. Hi, boss. Hi, Diane. How many guests were there at the party? A few dozen, I would gather. Yes, most of them have left. What do you mean you won't see anyone until the morning? Hello? Diane? Diane? Hello? Ugh, what should I have expected, honestly? Damn it, Diane. Why did a night as beautiful as this have to be stained as something as awful as murder? Bobby, where is everyone? They've scattered, trying to distance themselves from what they saw. Did you call the cops? Yeah, but they won't do anything until morning. Figures. So, what do you think about all this? Can't say for sure right now. Better to search the hotel for clues. And then regroup to have everyone on the same page. We're playing Clue. Oh my god. Clue is like one of my favorite movies of all time, by the way. Tim Curry, the best to ever live, the best to ever do it. Makes sense. I'll stay here, make sure no one disturbs the body. No one contaminate the crime scene, or I swear to God, I will actually just murder everyone myself. And I'll just take the blame. Okay? Don't contaminate the crime scene. If someone comes back, I'll say that I'll regroup in an hour from now. Ditto. Okay, I have to make sure I don't. Ooh, clues. Okay, so we don't have any clues. Okay. What is this? Was her body pushed out of the window? I think the window of room number 8, but with the tent in the way, it's hard to say for sure. That's the window of room number 9 tonight. Lady Quintessential is staying there. Quintessence is staying there? That's the window of room number 8. I believe that our victim was the one who stayed there. So double trouble, pumpkin, Lady Quintessent. Okay, get out of here. Let's look at the body. Woof. There's a knife stuck in the pumpkin's back. Her sweater seems to have absorbed most of the blood. Coffee stains. Key to room number 8. I think I found everything on the body. Okay. Ooh. Here's some of the knife, window, key. Back we go. Any progress? Still yet to finish looking through everywhere. Well, in that case, take my key to the rope car's control panel. What for? It has a built-in logbook of sorts. Maybe it'll narrow down exactly what happened here. Speaking of which, do you have any idea about the alibis of those present in the hotel? From what it seems, from the moment that Pumpkin departed from this room and until we found her body, everyone has left and come back, having enough time so that none of the still present guests can confirm seeing each other. Outside of double trouble, that is. But you know how close it is with someone who's close in situations like this one. So without testimonies of all the attendants who've already left, we won't be able to rely on alibis before cops get here to do it themselves. Seems to be the case. Or a book by S.S. Sufio, accompanied by a custom bookmark that ends with a single petal. It's that moment's undefined book. Alright, let's go to the rooms. Oh,
We wanted to check on Pumpkin's room, but the door's closed.
sorry if I'm being impolite, but considering you were in a relationship with Pumpkin, shouldn't you have a key to it, Miss Crescent Moon?
Well, no, Pumpkin has to stay in separate rooms this trip. Neither of us had the other's key. She used to get in a mood where she wanted to stay alone for a while. So it wasn't, unusual. Now I wish I wasn't so respectful of her boundaries. It's better not to interfere with the evidence without reason. Can you ask Poppy for a copy to Pumpkin's key?
What for? I could just open it from the other side.
You can?
Locks aren't exactly a thing for me.
The room's pretty empty. Only a painting and some luggage resting atop of a drawer.
The only person that I think has a pretty reliable alibi is the inheritor guy, which is kind of funny to me. And inheritor, because we danced with inheritor. Then we were probably the last ones to talk to Pumpkin. I'm trying to connect dots before we get anywhere. Who are we? We were talking to Bobby when it happened. So the only person whose alibi that we know for certain didn't kill Pumpkin is Bobby. You're a suspect. Get the heck out of here.
The room is pretty empty. Empty. Only a painting and some luggage resting on top of a drawer. And inside?
And inside there's a box for a wedding ring. Miss Crescent Moon?
Didn't know the two of them were engaged.
Neither did I. There's no ring inside.
Can you leave me alone for some time, please?
Sure, I'll be waiting.
Sure, I'll be waiting outside.
Oof. Pumpkin was going to propose to Crescent Moon? Oof. Woof. Youch. Sorry, dude.
The fool who said the dead don't tell their secrets must not have understood the concept of material things one leaves behind.
I always thought that phrase was referring to the likes of me. You know, kind of how the things one says do not always reach the ears of the intended. The ears of other the intended way. Details get lost.
Well, in this case, maybe some things should have stayed a secret for at least a little bit longer. Jules finding out Bethany's intention right after what has transpired hits too open of a wound.
Can you imagine having a longtime partner get murdered and you find the thing that the person was going to propose with you? Like they were going to propose to you, you found there was a box. Obviously, the intention you would think is that they were going to, ooh, the stars. Oh man, that's unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Poor unfortunate soul.
They could have had a wonderful life. I was rooting for them.
How long have they been together?
A few years by now, I'd say. Introduced them to each other myself.
You knew both of them before they gotten to know each other?
Crescent Moon and I, well, you kinda already know the story. But me and Pumpkin were friends for a while, even before then. She was kind of the introverted person who'd get adopted to a friend group, making more personal one-on-one connections with those in it. So it wasn't much a surprise when she and Crescent Moon got together. Especially considering Crescent Moon is a more sociable one. She still had her own struggles connecting to others, being responsible for an entire business where she herself has fought her hardest to start and maintain it. Pumpkin was an emotional anchor for her now that she's gone. I just hope she won't do anything rash.
Maybe we should actually watch the person whose loved one died while they're in front of the window that their loved one may have jumped out of or got pushed out of. A vase with a bunch of twigs, leaves, and some blue petals inside with a single red petal on the table itself. Can I take the red petal?
How did you get in our room?
Don't hide in the shadows if you have no wish to be intruded upon. We have like no sense of politeness. So what you doing?
What does it look like we're doing? We're trying to unwind.
I did that was an inheritors, my bad. Then by all means continue. I'm just looking for clues.
You know what? Never mind. Go ahead.
How come you're not talking with each other?
Because I don't know. Maybe it's because we're not alone and do not trust those who just barge into our room without an invitation when a murder happened.
So you'd prefer me to spy on you without being noticed?
Just get out already. I have enough of a headache.
Looks like this window's lock is broken and cannot be opened. Okay, so they didn't do it from their room. The two of them won't allow me to read it while they're here. Okay, so we'll come back for their journal. The door is slightly open. There's a secret note in the apartment. Ooh, Romario, meet me at 11 p.m. in the hall. We've got a clue. Some of the coffee has been spilled on the wall. The painting doesn't seem damaged though. Move the painting. Roof plates below the window are shaken into place. Some blood could be seen forming puddles. Can I not click? Okay, I cannot. Spilled coffee cup. So that means the painting got placed there. That means the murderer probably placed the painting up. Oh, that's you, wandering shadow. What brings you here? The body one floor above us? Of course. Gotta say, not something I was expecting to see tonight, be it Hallows Eve or not. Can't a gal just organize a party without having to deal with its unforeseen aftermath? Now I have to go through so much I now have so much paperwork to go through. It's gonna be a miserable evening or two. We'll see if my lawyer can't find a loophole today. Won't have to deal with this all that. Wow, such a display of compassion. You wouldn't want to even pretend like you care what has happened? Before, your shade, I don't really need to impress you. Your words don't really matter in the eyes of the law. If anything, you being around here makes it oh so much easier for them to pin the whole thing on you. So what, they're just going to get wasted until then? With possible murderer still wandering the halls of the hotel? Darling, there was like somewhere around 40 people visiting this party. What are the chances that the murderer is still both around and would want to kill more, and me specifically? Well, they're not zero. I'll admit, I like that kind of thinking, but right now, this bottle is worth the risk. Who is Helen? There's something under the table. Inside a piece of rat cloth is a big stack of cash, a ring, and a torn pearl necklace. Oh, I wonder if that's the ring that Pumpkin was going to... Jeez, the sun. I wonder if that's the ring that Pumpkin was going to propose with. Who are you? Quite risky a place to rest at, don't you think? Oh, it's you. What brings you here? Everyone's got their... Nope, there's the sign. There's the sign. Jeez. I might stop recording even, and then like go get stuff and then come back. God. Okay, we will stop recording for a little bit. I will be back, bestie. I promise. Love you. Kisses. Hey, bestie. I have returned. I went to the store. The sun's still out. Unfortunately, it looks like it's gonna be out for probably a while. I found an abandoned ghost face mask, so it's mine now. I actually, one of my first Halloween costumes that I picked out myself when I was like maybe 7 or 8 years old was Ghostface. I hadn't watched the movie because I was 7 or 8 years old with very strict parents, but I wore that costume for at least a couple of years because I really loved Ghostface. I had this knife, like you could move it around and it had liquid. Very cool. Anyway, I think me and Ghostface are destined to be, but I want to actually clean this up, so I'm gonna need to get some paint markers, oil paints, and see what I'm gonna do. It is wet actually, so I'm gonna go put this in the tub to let it dry. Everyone scattered so fast we didn't have time to say that the meeting regarding what happened will be held in less than an hour from now. Yes, neither I nor the guests have found a body with a knife in its back the most cheery of sights. And that's why you're here, sulking? With all due respect, I know you're a special guest, but I'm not paid enough to deal with the likes of you. Have some respect for the feelings of the still living. Okay, maybe that was not the most tactful choice of words. My apologies. Ugh, whatever. Must be nice to have little to no care in the world, huh? Well, it's hardly that simple. Oh, really? You have no need for a roof over your head. But at any moment, you can go to any place known to you and take your rest there, regardless of the wishes of those around you. Because, oh, what luck. No one can do anything against you unless you're willing for it to happen. One would think that immortality would make it harder to connect to those around you. But wouldn't you know, everyone's just so enamored with you, they have no problems to disregard that you have no problems to disregard those who have been waiting to see you for nearly 15 years. You're oversimplifying it, buddy. Oh, really? Because that's how it looks like to me. A life like yours is something I can't even dream of, let alone achieve. Yet the likes of you just wasted on these games of cat and mouse. Ugh. Back in the day, I had so many hopes for the future, and just a blink away, all I have to show for it is a steady job that is just as comfortable as enough as not to quit. Yet as dead end in the hopes of ever being able to make anything to make enough to change anything. Today, I see a girl half my age, and yet with so many more opportunities and potential, lying in the terrace with a knife in her back. What am I supposed to take away from it? Honestly, I don't think anything will ever change. I've been stuck in this hotel for the past 20 years, and will be stuck until I draw my final breath. Why are you saying this all to me? It's called a meltdown. Please just leave me alone for now. I'll see you in the main party room in an hour. Let me sulk some more, as you put it. Woof. That's a lot of big feelings you got, buddy. Ooh. It's a cable car. Last group of guests left while Pumpkin was still seen alive. Alright, let's go back to the party room. Let's talk to... Hold on. I can't talk to the bones. Playing tic-tac-toe in a Sudoku book is very fun. I can't see. I need to give it a closer look. I can't give it much more of a closer look, buddy. Okay. I need points of interest to be on so I can see what's going on. Ah, okay. This painting seems to have more depth than I gave it credit for. Ooh. Part of the coffee is splattered on the wall frame behind the painting. A piece of a paper bill. Ooh. Looks like I can't open the painting from this side. Besides the two secret entrances behind the paintings, it looks like the room has a third entrance, but it's 3 meters from the ground. Not the problem for me, but for the others, this is a one-way entrance. Ooh, ooh, and another entry point at the roof, also 3 meters away from the ground. But due to the elevator's intricate cage-like design, it's possible to climb down here. I think I have everything I need for now. Better check on Bobby. I think I've heard that staring at dead bodies for too long is not healthy. This isn't how I hoped for this night to transpire. No kidding. You know, whenever I'd read all those detective stories that sit in my collection, I imagine how exciting it must be to unravel a mystery playing out right in front of me. But now that it's happening, I just want it all to end. A girl is dead, killed under my roof, and I was none the wiser. It'll be alright, Bobby, I'm here for you. Yeah, and how long will that last? Back when I first saw you, you appeared at the grand reopening of this hotel. I'd hoped that one evening, while I was indulging in reading my collection, you would come out of the shadows, sit beside me and saying nothing, and we'd just drink tea. Needless to say, my book collection grew quite moderately since then, old friend. But it did. Deluxe edition, additional materials, even signatures by the author. That's strange. I don't even remember meeting SS Sophia. Should have had Crimson Antlers signed instead. That one is much more up my alley. Guess my old mind isn't the same as it used to be. Oh, it seems like most of us are already here.
Bethany. So what should we do?
We analyze, we discuss, and we uncover the truth. But Bill the serviceman still hasn't come back. That's odd. I told him to be here by now. I better go look for him, and this is a matter we all should discuss.
Listen, we didn't come here to hang around the dead body of my past coworker to wait even longer for some nobody. It's not like all of us are paying attention to this, seeing how little Miss Hypocrite couldn't even put 2 words together.
Don't you dare speak about me. If there's any justice in the world, you should have been the one with the knife on your back, not her.
You! That's enough. Not the time for pettiness. Let it grieve.
Everyone calm down. We can outline the basis of what transpired here before Serviceman shows up. Alright, well, what do we know? Miss Bethany, who tonight has gone by the title Pumpkin, fell through the roof of a tent with a knife in her back. Considering that her room is right above it, someone must have stabbed her while her room was open, thrown her body onto the slightly sloped roof underneath her room's window to hide it, and then slowly sit down, falling through the tent with the killer by now most likely leaving the party before any of us were able to discover it. While sound at first glance, you're making a dangerous assumption of the killer no longer being in this very building. Oh, it was this person speaking, my bad.
It's simple probability and logic. All the guests who didn't plan to stay in the hotel tonight left around 8 p.m. We last saw Pumpkin leaving the room around, 8:30? The sound thing for someone to do is murder Pumpkin soon after she left this room. Hit her body, slashed away. It would take longer to discover it, and then, leave while no panic has been raised.
Double Trouble is wrong in their assumption of the killer leaving the party after killing Pumpkin at some point after 8:30. How can I prove it? You're mistaken. The last road car has left the hotel while Pumpkin was still alive. Which means
the murderer is one of us.
And that's not our only assumption. You see, Pumpkin wasn't killed in her own room. She was killed in Lady Quintessence's room. What?
Miss Lady, you were silent for a while now. Why's that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't visited my room since we discovered the body. Well, should we enlighten you towards its current state? The first thing hinting directly towards this hole in the tent being located right below your window, which has been left wide open. The roof under said window was out-of-place tiles in the shape of a body, as well as blood forming in pools around them. The door on your left was left wide open, and near the corner, between the painting and the window, there's spilled coffee. Wait, you said the door to my room was open? Well, shouldn't that raise less suspicion towards me? Just because she's murdered in my room doesn't mean I was the one who did it. I didn't even have a key to my own room until Bobby gave me a copy. You didn't have a key to your room? I lost it at some point before the bulk of the party started, and informed servicemen to ask Bobby for a copy, which I have on me now. Can you confirm it, Bobby? That I can. Every numbered room has 2 keys. One given to the guest, the other stays with me unless the first is lost.
And what about room service?
I give my key to the serviceman and he gives it back to me after that.
So you're saying is that the serviceman has his reasons to not be here right now? Only because of them possibly having a key to Lady Quintessential's room? This isn't much evidence. If he was here, it'd be easy to dismiss, unless we can prove him having one. Surely there must be more than that.
You're right. In fact, anyone could have found the key in question. No, I believe that there's another reason for him not being around. That's... What? That's mine. That's my ring. I'm not talking about the ring. I meant the pearl necklace, or at least what's left of it.
And besides those two, we have a large wad of cash. Any idea who might belong to? Interesting. The piece of cloth with all its contents have been hidden under a table in the basement, with a few pearls being scattered along the way.
Think he decided to run and hide because he discovered you stumbling on his stash?
Quite possibly.
I can't believe it.
Would never think that Bill would steal from guests. And if the cash had been stolen from previous guests, he must have been stealing small stuff from our guests for a long time.
Wouldn't call stealing wedding rings small stuff.
Yes, my apologies.
So what does this mean? Surface man found Lady Quintessential's lost room key, used it to make his way to steal. Pumpkin must have been going past the open door, saw her robbing her, confronted him, and Surface man attacked her for that. Having killed her, he dropped the body out of the window onto the roof, and from there it slowly slid, until falling through the tent.
Not quite. We still have a number of loose ends that don't fit into that theory. Like that of where the murder weapon in question came from.
What is that supposed to mean?
My apologies. Give me a second to catch my breath. The murder weapon is a regular carving knife. There's one in nearly every pumpkin here. We must have just took the nearest one when confronting Pumpkin. That's the thing. Each set of pumpkin in the hotel has knives in them. As far as I noticed, none were missing any.
So what does that mean? The blade must have been prepared in advance. This murder wasn't an accident, it was intentional.
Bobby, outside of the carving knives in the hotel, all in the pumpkins all over the hotel, were there any spare ones around? Also, why are we using real knives in the pumpkins? That is a liability, if I've ever heard one. We had some stored in the basement.
Why are we even questioning anymore? Everything points to the servicemen.
Well, there's one more thing. The secret room. Secret room? A room that is meant to be secret, yes. You see, there is more to this place. More to the place of the murder than meets the eye. Pumpkin and Lady Quintessa's room are connected. Connected from the hall. It looks like two of them are separated with an elevator, but in actuality, there's an empty space between it and the rooms. 2 points of entry. One is a painting in Lady Quintessa's room, another in the roof pathway connecting it to the elevator. 2 exits. One through the same painting in Lady Quintessa's room, another through the painting in Pumpkin's room.
An entrance through the roof pathway.
It seems that once the elevator's on the 3rd floor, one could climb its cage-like walls up to the attic-esque place where they can jump into the secret room.
That's interesting and all, but what does that have to do with the murder?
There's no reason to suspect that either Pumpkin or Serviceman knew anything about it. Actually, there is not only a reason, but evidence to prove it. Coffee stains on the wall frame behind the painting in Lady Quintessa's room, and we can be sure that the coffee had been spilled by Pumpkin herself, as she had the same stains on her sweater.
So Pumpkin discovered the secret room and catch Serviceman in the process of stealing Lady Quintessa's pearl necklace, leading him to kill her. Was the knife, in that case, an extra measure in case he would get caught in the act? There is one more thing. The painting in Pumpkin's room can be opened only from the inside of the secret room itself.
Oh. That was the case.
So she came into Lady Quintessa's room through it. Would it have to be opened in advance? I don't know. What does it mean? What does it mean?
It is possible that the serviceman used the secret room to enter Pumpkin's room and stole a ring, with her catching him in the act. He ran, but she pursued him to be confronted in Lady Quintessa's room, where he stabbed her with a knife, as he must have had on him. But even then, some things just don't add up.
Then just find the stupid serviceman rather than wasting your time on theories. We already had a reason to suspect him when he didn't show up. With what you said, it'll be hard to deny. Deny? Michelle!
No, can't you see it? It touched her, and now it will take me away. What's going on? Both of them are still breathing, even if faintly. No fever, either. I'll get some cold water. It's better for them to rest here for the time being. With some medical tea in our room, don't know if it'll help, but it'll be better to try than not.
There isn't much I can do, and we still need to look for the serviceman. At the worst, he's somewhere in the forest by now. But it's more probable that he stole one of your cars to get as far away as possible. I'll just catch him at the closest intersection in that case.
Firstly, let's go check if he's even left his hotel with the rope car departure records.
They're coming with me?
Me and Crescent Moon, yes. We'll be able to find him faster if more of us look for him. Plus, it'll be awkward to look for the killer of my friend, and less awkward to look than hang here. You aren't against that, right? We'll have an opportunity to chat in the meantime. I'm sure the likes of him can't be allowed to run away from what they did.
I think Inheritor of Lost Glory did it.
Did he leave the hotel?
Strangely enough, no. Wherever he is, he's still here.
Should we look around for him?
Yes, but the two of you better not split up. If our suspicions are correct, we have a murderer on our hands. Who knows what he can do if he confronted alone?
Fellas, I think there's something in this bush.
It wasn't here the last time I was investigating. It's a bloody carving knife.
What's it doing here? Did someone try to dispose it since last time we seen it? Can it be that the clues to the kill? Can it be a clue to the? Can it be that it has clues to the killer's identity?
Whichever it is, we need to check on the pumpkin's body. How are they?
Still unconscious. Did you find anything? Serviceman is still around here in this hotel. Rope car hasn't departed since last we checked.
There's also the matter of this.
Is that?
Let's see. This is a different knife after all. What does that mean? We better find serviceman as fast as possible. Serviceman is probably dead.
In this case, me and Crescent Moon will check the first floor, while you take care of the second and third.
Do you see that? Do you see it? Poisoned! This book is full of business notes. The last entry, Helen proposes to buy out one of the integrated barista establishments in her hotel. The bookmark, a few newspapers about Blacksword. What has become of the tyrant? Blacksword's family sell off. Son attempts to repay the sins of his father. Is there any future for Blacksword? So, like, that's... doesn't really help us. What? It's closed now. Broken Face, I wasn't here when I first investigated the room. This is Serviceman. His throat is cut. And his throat is slit. And his arms has visible cuts on it. In his pocket is a key to Lady Quintessa's room. I think I have everything I need for now. Our inheritor of Lost Glory and Miss Crescent Moon's back.
We're here.
Miss Romero, Lady Quintessa, you're alright?
Far from it, but at least we're not passed out, dear. Robert made the two of them drink cold water with lemon and they started feeling a bit better.
Don't ever call me that again. Did you three find Bill?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, I did. Avert your eyes if you're squeamish.
Yeah. No, it can't be. Bill!
Let's just say I don't think he killed himself.
Where'd you find him?
That's the interesting part. It's in the secret room.
What?
Yes, the same secret room I told you all about. Needless to say, he wasn't there last time I checked it.
So then he was killed between the point in time you last checked the secret room and when you found him? That's quite a small window, isn't it?
I came to the meeting about 20 minutes earlier and then waited an extra 10 minutes for everyone outside of the servicemen to come around. So there is about a half-hour window between when I've last been to the room and when I found his body.
That's quite troublesome. A lot of us had the opportunity to do it.
Except Bubby, that is. He was with me shortly after I'd been to the secret room. On top of that, you can serve as Crescent Moon's alibi and vice versa. Same goes for Double Trouble, leaving only
Lady Quintessa.
You. Why are you even here? For all of the theorizing you've done, you've never given us an opportunity to consider you as the killer. What purpose would I have to kill? No authority can attach me. so this charade wouldn't play any purpose to me. Even if it wasn't you, something must have been coming looking after you. Throughout most of the nights I've been seeing something. Things I can't explain. But what's the purpose is there if to doubt my own mind when there's already one creature unbound by the laws of our reality already around? Is it so out there to propose that their baggage just come hunting down those around them? Do you accuse me of wild theories? You're not so certain that it is not just in your mind that you close your eyes to hard facts. What facts are you talking about, harbinger of death? You've passed out before seeing some parts of the creature unseen to us, showing the same kinds of symptoms as Miss Romero over there. But, Miss Romero, please answer, have you seen a creature of any kind? Not when I passed out now. Voila. But I saw something when I was back in my room. Excuse me? I saw things I prefer not to talk about. Things that couldn't have been real. I wouldn't have shared it had it not only happened to me, writing it off as stress-induced delusions, but now I'm not so sure. And it would seem that the only fair thing to share what I've seen as well, nothing as big as my mice shared with me, but still worrisome. Was this the case for anyone else? If we can count small visual hallucinations, then somewhat, I guess. Yes. Sure. Huh. I believe that the key to what has happened to you lies within this. A book? Bobby, can you summarize the story of the book? It's a specific flower. So you figured it out? Yes, the flower in the book causes numerous hallucinations to the characters. In the book, it uses a fictional name of Silence Nevermore, but its characteristics are quite similar to the existing flower. Nightingham Heart's Elysium, a flower that grows around this hotel. What is that supposed to mean? You're growing hallucinogens? I have to stress that it is not the main use of the flower. Normally, it's used as a faint muscle relaxant, with its scent in particular causing a sense of tranquility. It is legal and widely used by a lot of resorts, given that they have a license for it, which I do, mind you. This is why you knew what to do when Lady Quintess and Miss Romero collapsed, isn't it? That's right. I didn't say anything because, to put it bluntly, I don't want to get sued. I fear that the flowers were consumed accidentally, as you see. Usually as precautions, we have other kinds of flowers inside the hotel itself, but the bunch we ordered for tonight had been delayed. So I asked servicemen to cut a bush from the back of the hotel, which is why the bushes were hastily cut. However, seeing that nearly everyone saw something tonight, I have reasons to believe that what happened with Miss Morero and Lady Quintess wasn't an accident. What is that supposed to mean? Oops. On its own, the flower is harmless, but if mixed with coffee brew, it can cause mild or severe hallucinations, combined with a sense of weakness depending on the way it's prepared. But I haven't felt weak even though I've seen some stuff myself. It depends whether the petals were just added to the coffee or was grinded beforehand. And just as you say, there's a trace of grinded Nightingale Heart's Elysium stuck to the bottom of the cup that Miss Romero spilled. So what, someone poisoned us on purpose? Poison's a strong word, implying pain or harm. In your case, someone has tried to incapacitate you. It's still poison, you idiot. Someone poisoned us! And I believe I know who it was. You do? Oh yes. I believe that our one and only Black Sword hasn't been fully truthful with us tonight. Is that so? You see, I believe that the person standing in front of us isn't actually Black Sword. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, what made you think so? We found something that puts your identity into question. We did? Hey, that's my notebook! You see, this article has an interesting paper article. This notebook has an interesting paper article in it. Son attempts to repay the sins of the father. Then I remembered a little slip of the tongue from Crescent Moon as we were talking about you. Or, rather to say, when we were talking about Black Sword, something along the lines of, well, his father was the reason for the
current unionization of labor laws to even be made in the first place. His father, not their father. She was talking about the real Black Sword, not you. I'm sorry for that. I thought they didn't notice. That's all right. All the more dramatic of an entrance. Well, bravo. You're right. I'm not Mr. Blacksword. Then who in the world are you? And how did you know I invited them? Well, I do know a Blacksword. You see, I'm actually... One moment. Can I guess? Guess? Think you know enough to go off as you know my true identity? I think I do. It's the freaking author. Your SS Sufio, author of this book. Wow, aren't you a perceptive one? You've got to be kidding me. Seriously? Really? Gotta say, I love your criticism of the Antlers, a masterclass of slow burning terror. It's always so nice to hear compliments about that one considering how rarely it's mentioned on its own. But how did you know? Shouldn't have signed the book if you didn't want to be found out. I checked the guest book and noticed that the handwriting of the signature of the book and the guest one were quite similar. I did not notice that. Ruthie, me, did not notice that. Why in the world did you pretend to be a Black Sword? Had you written to me, I would have given you an invite myself. Come on, it's Halloween! A night to wear masks and pretend to be someone monstrous. How could I pass the opportunity to play the child of a wicked creature such as Black Sword? Amari figured that it was trying to please the public in his situation as an uphill battle, so he just doesn't bother to do that and propose that I go under his name. As well as an opportunity to play on my nerves. So what? Black Sword is actually some horror writer? What does that have to do with my wife and Lady Quintess being poisoned? Right? Sufio, you're the one who wrote the book about that heavily relies upon the knowledge of how Nightingale Heart's Elysium work, yet you haven't brought it up at any point, including when Lady Quintess started wildly theorizing regarding her hallucinations. How come? I guess it just slipped my mind. Don't joke with me. You've been silent because the person who poisoned the coffee was Miss Crescent Moon. Considering that the two of you have known each other for a while, she must have read their book as well. Meaning she knew about the flower and possibly its real-life counterpart. You recognize what's happening, and that's why you tagged along with me to look for servicemen to talk about that. Good theory, but not nearly enough evidence to support it. Who cares at this point? Yes, I poisoned them. You little, I knew you were a petty one, but to stoop so low as to poison my wife because your own girlfriend died? Just pathetic. I didn't try to poison your wife, you egocentric idiot. You were the one whom the poison was intended for. She just drank it by mistake. Oh, that does make more sense. Michelle don't agree with her. Oh, hon, I wouldn't have married you had I not been ready to be poisoned by one of your competitors. That's just part of the deal. Oh, well, that's pretty sweet. For the love of... Why did you poison us? Because I'm sure that one of you killed Pumpkin. You think I'll just stay on the sidelines and do nothing about it? This is preposterous. I had no ill will towards her. Oh, please. You're the most two-faced person here. And even if she wasn't killed in your room, I'd still suspect you. No need to explain why I suspect Mr. Romero. But why did you poison everyone else? I figured that if the police were to drug test us, it'd be suspicious for only Lady Quintess, Mr. Romero to have traces of Nightingale Heart's Elysium. So I added a small dose to everyone's coffee, even mine. Girl, you're still gonna get sued. That's if you won't be in prison for murder before then. Enough. This is all nice, but where does this lead us? Well, yes, this little detour into the mystery of deranged dames and their dramatic games reveals that we've been drugged, some more than others, as well as who drugged us. Does that lead us any closer to figuring out the two murders? That is something I'm not really sure about, to be honest. Sometimes it's just good to go with the flow and see where it leads. Even then, we were able to unravel one part of what has happened tonight, which means we'll have an easier time figuring out the rest. Okay, once again, what do we know? Serviceman was killed sometime within a half-hour window. During it, nearly everyone formed in pairs, so each person can testify for the other's alibi. It leaves only Lady Quintess unaccounted for. Not to mention that she's the one who diverted the flow of the investigation in the first place.
You aren't actually accusing this lady of murder after you tried to cover it up that I was poisoned, are you?
There's a first time for everything. How stupid do you expect me to be to kill someone in my own room after there was already another murder in it? After our first meeting in the window time when Serviceman was murdered, I have yet to reveal my discovery of the secret room. It is quite possible that a certain someone, while still thinking that no one knew about the secret room, killed Serviceman and hid his body there, then dispose of it later. Now that's just ridiculous. One more thing, the door to your room was closed. So, a copy of my key is still out there somewhere. Someone who found it could have closed it. Except that I found the key to your room in Serviceman's pocket. Too many coincidences for one night. Oh, please. The murderer must have killed the serviceman in a room, hid his body in the secret room, closed the door from inside, and then got out through the elevator entrance. No, it's quite impossible. Nope. No, it is impossible to use the elevator entrance as an exit due to the height and thin space. The only way Serviceman killer could have been able to get out is either through later Quintess's or Pumpkin's door, needing a key to the corresponding room to close it behind him. With Pumpkin's body having her key and Serviceman having a key to LQ's room on him, with the only person who has a copy of Pumpkin's key having an alibi at the time of the murder. For all we know, the killer could have dropped Serviceman through the elevator access without entering the secret room itself to begin with. They would have to get their body from that place of the murder all the way to the elevator, climb to its highest part, and then drag at least what? A 70-kilogram body 3 meters high, all the while not being spotted for leaving a trace of a body being dragged? Maybe, if there was not 2 of them. You're not seriously implicating us. Sorry, dear, I'm backed up against the wall here. Just think, isn't it possible that Romero's killed him during the period of time, hidden him on the top of the elevator somewhere in the shadow of a roof support for the Romero to then move the body later on in order to implicate me? He did take a trip to the 3rd floor when going after medicine as Miss Romero collapsed. He could have climbed into the roof pathway and dropped Serviceman's body to implicate Lady Quintess, should he and his wife prepared in advance. We're just jumping between theories at this point. Well, there is a piece of evidence that can give us a better idea regarding its murderer. A knife we found in the bush. Which bush, exactly? The one to the left from the hotel entrance. Well, that's interesting. Do you remember which room is located just in the corner between the terrace and the hotel's front side? Double troubles. You're implying we threw the knife out of our window? But even so, why hide the knife? And why under their own window? Wouldn't it make more sense to just throw it into the nearly unreachable cliffs at the base of the hotel? Too much trouble to only raise more suspicion in a scenario where the knife is found. If anything, the most logical way to dispose of a knife that any subject outside of you may think of is yours. So what? Serviceman's murder happened in a short time frame. I wouldn't have time to go back outside and plant the knife nor thrown it far enough for it to land specifically under Romero's window for mine. No, there is one way. Pumpkin's body was on it for some time before it slid down. Could have used it to get towards Double Trouble's window to then drop the blade from that part of the hotel. Wait, that must be it. Romero must have gotten into my room from the window that was open since the start of the investigation. That way he could have closed the door from inside and then go through his own window. That must be it. Alas, Double Trouble's window is broken. What? No, it can't be. It can't be. Fine. I can't go on like this. I've dragged my name through dirt enough during this embarrassment of a defense. Ellen? Yes, I killed Serviceman, but only Serviceman.
were listening. I haven't visited my room until a bit before our first meeting. What reason would I have to do so at that time? We didn't know that the window from which Pumpkin fell out was mine and not her own. But when I was about to enter my room, I saw the door to it was open, and inside was Serviceman doing something behind an open painting. Tried a glimpse at what he was doing until the wooden floor creaked, letting him know about my presence. In hindsight, it was possible I was trying to get rid of some evidence. We panicked, and the next thing I remember was him trying to hit me with a vase. I grabbed a carving knife in self-defense. First swing cut his arm, the second his throat. I didn't mean for him to die, I just didn't want to repeat the fate that fell upon our dear Pumpkin. Just to think that Bill would attempt to harm you, a person he worked for more than a decade. Why didn't she tell me? Sorry for trying to shift suspicion onto you. Thought if I murked the waters, it'd be harder to prove that I was the one who killed him, even if not intentionally. Miss Crescent Moon, I swear, I didn't do anything to Pumpkin. Considering Serviceman's action, it's highly possible that he found my lost key, invited Miss Pumpkin into my room under some excuse, and then killed her to put all the suspicion onto me. Is that right? Excuse me? I like the nope. You see, there is a knife from your room. So what of it? There's knives in a lot of jack-o'-lanterns. You said you grabbed the knife as Serviceman noticed you entering the room, and yet, instead of running away as he attacked you, you somehow made your way to the opposite side of the room, grabbed the knife before Serviceman was able to do anything, and with no signs of struggle in that part of the room itself. If anything, that base you stated Serviceman to use was closer to the entrance.
Lady Quintess intended to kill Serviceman. She took the knife before the two of them met, and the vase was used by him for self-defense.
Ellen? And I think I know why she tried to kill him. You see, Lady Quintess alludes that she did in fact intend to kill someone else tonight. In fact, someone who still stands in this room. What's that supposed to mean? You see, it's quite possible that trying to get rid of the evidence wasn't the only thing he intended to do in your room. This. The cash Bill stole over the years? Oh, Bubby, you're mistaken. None of this was stolen. It was payment. Ellen, say something. No comment. Why is that now? Afraid to give any information that might give the police enough to work with to put you behind bars? Well, then let me tell you how this night was supposed to play out. Prior to Old Bones Bobby, you used to own this hotel, the servicemen working here even back then, so the two of you knew each other quite well. You knew, after working here for more than 20 years, he wanted to turn his life around, but how could he? He could never make enough to afford moving someplace else. A free room for staff was too good to let go in his situation. So you proposed a deal, one where he couldn't say no to. Kill and you get money. Fast forward to tonight, when your little arrangement was supposed to play out, and before you know it, you hear a scream coming through the terrace. A body was found, but it wasn't the body of the person you were expecting. It was Pumpkin. But how come? It wasn't what you agreed upon. You couldn't confront Serviceman in front of us, so you left with double trouble as an excuse to later meet up with him. And when you did, you made sure that he was the one who must have killed Pumpkin. It was too much of a coincidence. You see him trying to find the money that was meant to be in the secret room, so you confront him. And everything plays out just how you described, with the exception of you already being ready to kill him. This is nice, a little theory you've backed, but a huge stack of cash can't be the only evidence you found for it. Well then, wouldn't you want to take a look at this? Is this supposed to be addressed to me? I found it in the secret compartment of Lady Quintess's table. And if you have any doubts about the author of the card, I recommend you compare it to this. Wow. I have nothing to say until I see my lawyer. You tried to kill my husband? Why? As far as I can see, the reasoning is simple. Money. What? She did it. She did propose to buy out one of the cafes placed in one of her hotels, did she? Mr. Romero was the face of your company. Had he died, your company would face at least some kind of financial trouble. Give it just a bit of time and Lady Quintess would propose to buy out more and more of your establishments for a much lesser price. All that to just sell a bunch of coffee chain places? You're a businesswoman, just like me, Michelle. You know how it works. Can we restrain her until the police get here? I'll go look for a rope. Huh, go on. You're just giving me more for a lawyer to play around with. I swear I'm going to kill her. This is why you invited Crescent Moon, Pumpkin, and even Black Sword. To create as many suspects who might have had motivation to kill Mr. Romero. That is, if he was considered to be killed at least. This is why the chains to the basement were just lying on the ground. You agreed with servicemen to incapacitate him in the middle of the night, get him out the back, and throw him down the cliffs. At best, it would look like an accident. I found rope. Do we really need to do this? Yeah, no chance we're trusting you with much... No chance we're trusting you with as much as moving until the police come around. So what? Bill killed Pumpkin while trying to steal from her, while Lady Quintess killed Bill for doing that? Hard to tell yet. Feels like I'm missing something. Can't quite put my finger on it yet. Don't know about you all, but I need a break from all this. Wholeheartedly agree. We'll let you know if I find anything. We knew each other for 14 years. I thought I had a friend in you. I cannot believe you would just attempt to kill my husband after all that. Darling, I've allegedly killed Bill, the serviceman who I knew for more than 15 years. Had the part of your husband not been revealed, you would have pretended to sympathize with me by going through such a traumatic experience. Please spare me your crocodile tears. Only reason why you even stuck with me was because it was convenient for you. I confided in you when my mother died. How is that in any way performative? I didn't say performative. I said convenient, and so was that. The only reason why you came crying to me is because you had no one else who'd listen to what you had to say. Don't you ever speak to her in such a way. Well, why don't you just stop it? Why'd you stop at one slap? I'm sure a quiet boy like you wanted to get an excuse to do something like that for a while, didn't you? What's that supposed to mean? Go figure. Your wife isn't a very good judge of character, given how blind she was about me. Who can even tell how much she's misjudged you? I've had enough of this. I hate you. Whatever will come to pass after this night ends, it won't be enough for you. Oh dear, you're an entrepreneur like me. You should have known there was never enough of anything. Well, then you blend in nicely enough. Feeling comfortable, are you? Not by any means, my dear. Just have to push enough buttons to make there be something that my lawyers will have a pleasant time playing around with. Luckily for me, having a shade involved in all of this, as well as everyone being infected by a hallucinogen, will make this case quite unreliable. So I guess I'll just have to send for you and Miss Crescent Moon my bonjours for that. Acting like that will save you from the sentence of possibly murdering too. You've been nosy enough as to figure out that I killed Bill. Would you really stop now that I can push the blame as to what happened with Pumpkin on me? You know that it doesn't make sense for me to be the one who killed her. So why don't we end this charade and get to the bottom of who did it? This doesn't make sense. I've known him ever since I was a teen. Couldn't imagine that We still can't be sure that Serviceman was the one who killed her, especially when we know for certain that Lady Quintess was the one who killed him. Don't believe that Bill would be capable to murder anyone, let alone Miss Pumpkin. Say that to him agreeing to kill Mr. Romero. There's something I've been considering to tell you, Miss Crescent Moon. Not now, with neither Pumpkin nor Bill with us, I feel like you deserve to know. Huh? It's about the last time you and Miss Pumpkin visited this place and how I stumbled onto something. I was walking past a roof. Oops. I was walking past a window overlooking the yard in front of the hotel as I noticed Miss Pumpkin standing on the edge of the cliff. Excuse me? Back then, there wasn't a fence there. She was just standing at the very edge of it. I was about to run down, fearing the worst, but as I was about to do that, I saw Bill coming towards her. They appeared to be talking with each other. A few minutes later, Bill walked out of my view, leaving Pumpkin alone where she was. Soon after, she stepped away from the edge. I've never asked either of them about it. Now none of them are here to tell us what happened this evening. Oh, that. You knew about it? She told me that night a couple of months ago. I won't go into details, but yeah. She had her problems. All of us do. And you still decided to take an invitation to this party despite that? Casey, this is one of those cases where one should approach with tact. No, that's fair. I had my reservations about it, but Pumpkin assured me that everything would be alright. Let's just say things didn't turn out like we hope. Maybe if I didn't stay behind to chat with the guests after our conversation with Double Trouble, she wouldn't have left the party room on her own. Maybe she'd still be here. You can't let yourself get stuck in the trappings of that kind of thinking. I think we have everything we need to unravel what has happened this night. What are you talking about? Didn't we uncover that Lady Princess is the one behind the murders? Either she or a serviceman was killed by her hand, yeah. It's not like we have any more evidence to reach any conclusions with. My bet's on Lady Q. We have only suspicions towards Bill being a killer, while knowing for sure that she killed at least one person tonight. Poor Bobby, always leaning towards the most deceptively apparent and safe options. Live a little. Do I look like the kind of lady to allegedly stab a couple folks in the back within the same evening? Shut it. Well, Casey, you were quite spot on before. It's only fair to lend your ear now to what you have to say. Well, thank you for giving me a stage. It's true we don't have any new evidence, and from the first look of things, everything seems clear. Either Lady Q or servicemen killed Pumpkin, with the first killing second later, but here lies the detail we averted the very first time. Why did Pumpkin's body end up on the roof under Lady Quintessa's window? To hide it? Oh, right. After serviceman murder, we can say for certain that she knew that the secret room behind the painting because that's where she hid him. You might as well just ask me about it. Shush, I enjoy hearing myself think more than you talking. But this is strange. With her knowing about the secret room, it's very unlikely she would choose to just throw Pumpkin on the roof. That would make it too easy to find, as we were being able to tell from first-hand experience. So in other words, it's very likely that whoever killed Pumpkin didn't know about the secret room. Okay, gang. Who do you think killed Pumpkin? I just wonder if it was it wasn't an accident. Ugh, who could it be? Who could it be? But wait, didn't we just conclude that the serviceman was the one who stole Crescent Moon's wedding ring and the money that Lady Quintess kept in the secret room to pay him for the murder of Mr. Double Trouble? Well, there's some theories we can come up with regarding the former. The money was definitely in the secret room. The only way he could have gotten them is by getting inside it. Well, we still cannot be sure where the money was when servicemen found them, right? We only know that there's some point. Neither we can be sure that Pumpkin's key wasn't stolen and given back to her between when she was killed and when we found her body. So you're proposing that Bill killed Miss Pumpkin, got her keys to open the room with and steal her wedding ring, putting the ring back in her pocket, and then only started disposing of the body? Yeah, well, it's good to question the basics. I think this will be us reaching out, meaning Bill knew about the secret room. Yes, geniuses. But wait, does it mean that whoever killed Pumpkin didn't know about the secret room? Well, isn't it something? But you didn't want to hear that when asking Shade to perform the little play, right, Romeo? No, we cannot say for certain that Pumpkin's killer knew about the secret room. This coffee scheme proves that not only did Pumpkin's killer knew about the secret room, but also that during her murder, the entrance to Lady Quintessa's room was open. So, does that mean we're back at square one? It's either Lady Quintessa or the serviceman. Sorry, sweetie, but our friendly shade has a point. The secret room was open during Pumpkin's murder, but it doesn't mean that two of us were the only ones aware of it. Which would explain why, despite knowing about the secret room, the murderer didn't decide to hide Pumpkin's body there. They were putting suspicion on Lady Quintessa. It's hard to swallow the idea of Bill doing that because he would have to know that Lady Quintessa would rat out his involvement in the planned murder of Mr. Double Trouble. But if it were someone else who knew about the secret room, well, that would make much more sense. Do you have any ideas as to who could have been aware of it before you told the rest of us about it? Well, the way I knew about it, the secret room, was because I used to own this hotel, just for a couple of years. Meanwhile, Bobby over there has had it in his care for about a decade now. So you're saying that Bobby might be the one who knew about the secret room? Yes, dear, the thing I'm saying is the thing that is being said. Try to keep up. I'm not going to chew everything for you to understand. Well, Bobby, did you know about it? I actually didn't. The hotel's last interior renovations were made under Lady Quintessa's leadership, which is how she and Bill must have found out about it. Can't believe that being a cheapskate has been proven useful to you. Still, after 10 years, how did you not stumble into it during that time? Well, Bill is the one who would usually be on cleaning duty, so I never properly investigated most of the rooms we have to offer. Let alone climbing onto the elevator's cage. I'm no youngling to do such things. My bones would break to tiny pieces of shattered glass if I was to do that. Regardless of even if Bobby knew about the secret room, there's something that's been bugging me for some time. Why did Pumpkin get killed in Lady Quintessa's room? To incriminate me? Yes, but why not kill her somewhere else and then move her body? Well, we didn't find any blood outside of the spot of the roof she was dropped on. Her sweater absorbed most of it, so we cannot be sure where she was killed. Not sure, but we have a lot of things pointing towards Pumpkin being killed there. Pumpkin has traces of coffee on their sleeve. A spilled cup is on the floor in LQ's room, and more coffee is on the wall and framing of the wall inside of the secret room. Makes you think, doesn't it? She was stabbed in the back. There wasn't a lot of room to run all while carrying a drink in her hand. Only natural to assume she dropped her coffee the moment she was stabbed, and I think all of you know what that means. She trusted whoever killed her. No fucking way. Was it you? Did Crescent Moon kill Pumpkin? I think I know who killed Pumpkin. It was you, Miss Crescent Moon, wasn't it? What? I think you're barking up the wrong trees, fella. Is that so? We know that Pumpkin was murdered by someone she could trust enough to follow them into a secret room and later turn their back to them. Well, who should she trust more than her own fiancé? We're talking about trusted enough to go along with, not the most trusted. And even then, you were there when we opened up Pumpkin's room. Can you really say she trusted me considering she didn't even give me a key or a number? And that's the thing. I think that's what led you to her murder. What? You're not seriously telling me that I killed her because she didn't give me a key to her room? No, I don't think that was the reason. But I think that is what you would let you. I think that this is what you let you to do that. Okay. What? Firstly, let's do a simple narrowing down of our suspects. For someone to access the secret room, they'd have to either go through a passage through LQ's room or the passage under the roof, for which they would have to climb the elevator's framework, knowing that it was there to begin with. We've discussed how it doesn't make sense for either LQ or servicemen to have killed Pumpkin. With both keys of them having the only key to the LQ's room, we can cross out the possibility of an entrance. There is of an entrance there to be the we can cross out the possibility of an entrance there to be an entry point, leaving only the passage from an elevator. While we might suspect Bobby to have known about the secret room, his age wouldn't allow him to jump all the way down and up and jump 2 meters down. Either
of the double troubles would be too suspicious for her to decide not to follow, but also to turn her back on them. And finally, oh, and what about you? How can I trust that a paranormal being who traverses shadows that disregard the laws to not just come up with a charade of a murder mystery for their own entertainment? I used to visit this hotel a lot since childhood, right? What? You said so yourself. A kid stuck in a hotel whose main point is to relax and escape the troubles that wait outside. Doesn't seem like there's much to do, does it? Would it be so out there to propose that you just had more than enough time and curiosity as to climb the framing of an elevator, finding the secret room back then? And what? You want to say that she would have jumped 2 meters from one hole down, not even a sprained ankle? What? That's all you got all the way back in the day, isn't it? That's nothing more than speculation. And yet there's even more things pointing towards you. So what? You think I just crawled into the secret room and then invited Pumpkin to go with me to LQ's room where I stabbed her cause of what? Getting mad at her for not sharing a room with me? Something like that. That's absurd. No, you're just making it sound like that because we don't know the motive behind it yet. What possible motive could there be for me to do something like that? I wonder that myself. I find your logic to be contradictory. We know the knife in Pumpkin's body was the one that LQ and servicemen prepared to murder Mr. Double Trouble. So because the murder weapon wasn't prepared in advance, if we still go with the line of thinking that either LQ or servicemen would have been a reasonable candidate, that doesn't mean that the murder was premeditated, or at least until the murderer stumbled onto the weapon. I don't think that Julia would just sneak into a secret room, for even knows what reason, find a knife and be like, "Hey love, look at this cool painting," and stab her in the back. Exactly. That is, unless there was something that changed her initial reasoning for sneaking into the secret room. What are you talking about? Once someone drops from the roof entrance into the secret room, they can only exit the hallway through Pumpkin's or my room door. So what would happen if both rooms had someone in them? She would wait for one of you to leave. And while she waited, she'd be able to listen to either one of us, especially onto me and servicemen. What's that supposed to mean? The two of us had a little chat, and while I cannot confirm exactly what we talked about, I think some of you know where this is going. You were scheming murder. Darling, I think you forgot to add allegedly right there. Would be awkward to chat without that a little addition. And what? Instead of telling anyone she just killed Pumpkin, where's the logic in that? I mean, I think what she's trying to say. Let's go into thinking that Miss Crescent Moon wanted Pumpkin dead but not wanting to kill her. What in the world are you talking about? What is this? You cannot find reasoning and instead you're making it up? My girlfriend is dead, and you all accuse me of killing her with nothing but baseless theories. I think you'd prefer to stay quiet so that your silence during our conversation about your poisoning won't incriminate you even more. What are you talking about? Oh, don't worry, we'll get to that. Bobby, continue. Your comment regarding the story of Pumpkin nearly jumping off the cliff a couple of years back rubbed me the wrong way. You knew about Pumpkin's experience with this hotel. At best, it's negligence, but at worst, can we really be sure that the part of the reason as to why you took on the invitation was the hopes of the experience to repeat? How heartless can whoa, that's insane. That's an insane thing to say, Bobby. How can you say something as heartless as that? I'm with Sepio on this one. I'm not for sure I chose the right one. Maybe it was Sepio. I should have gone with Sepio. If that was the case, could have been that when Pumpkin left the party room without having a key, decided to check on her room through the secret passage, which made you stumble onto a knife and money. And money, having Lady LQ come to the room soon after, talking about the serviceman about the planned murder of my husband. Overhearing the fact that there was a suspicious of foul play that she, Pumpkin, Sepio, who at the time was believed to be Blacksword or a Shade, which would be the first ones the police would have their eyes on. Of course, it would have been easily been prevented with a simple accusation, but that would inevitably affect your reputation if you weren't able to prove it. Isn't that right? You deplorable. Take your words back. I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that the reason would be something as insignificant as reputation.
You're only saying this, Lil, because you don't know her well enough. If we're going to go with a theory that she wanted Pumpkin to die, but not necessarily to murder her, then stumbling on the murder scheme in the process would have been the second best thing to her outside of a scenario where Pumpkin would successfully get away with what she attempted a couple years ago. Well, the investigation would start. The police would start with the most obvious leads. Murder being committed in LQ's room. Body being hidden under window. Murder weapon being prepared by servicemen in LQ's stash with stolen valuable stuff hidden somewhere. The serviceman would have been the first suspect. And any other loose thread led from the setup planned murder of Mr. Dr. Double Trouble. So she took the opportunity that presented it to herself. I wouldn't do something like that. Why are you trying to set me up for something I didn't do? I guess it's time to move on to the poisoning. What about it? You already know that Julia added different dosages of Nighting Hartelesium to our beverages after we found the body, suspecting either Double Trouble or LQ. Being right when it comes to the latter. That's the thing. We moved on from it so fast we didn't look into the details. Meaning, timing of it all. Given the reason for why Crescent Moon did so was her reaction to Pumpkin's death, which makes you think, when did she even have an opportunity to do that? What? That's true. After finding the body, all of us were in a single group, with you being in the center of attention, as you were the one who had the closest relationship with Pumpkin. No way you could have poisoned anyone's drink then. Then everyone except me left the party room. If anyone came along, I would have noticed them, especially with the elevator sound. Me and my husband spent the rest of our free time before our first discussion in our chambers, where it had been impossible for anyone to sneak in unnoticed. And you were still drinking from the same cup as you did during the entirety of that conversation. Julia, when did you poison them? Okay. Maybe my justification for poisoning wasn't genuine. I intended to poison Mr. Romero from the very beginning of the evening. Pumpkin's surprising death was an excuse I gave when I was found out. What are you talking about? After our first meeting here, I slipped some of the grinded Nighting Hartelesium into a cup that I thought servicemen would serve to Double Trouble, which ended up going towards LQ, with my second attempt ending up in Mrs. Romero's hands. When did you even poison the others with regular petals then? Slightly before the discovery of Pumpkin's body? While not everyone has returned yet, I dropped some petals in all the drinks. So what? You just decided to poison someone for no good reason? When would you have time to grind the flour into dust? I did it before arriving at the hotel. Yeah, that's right. Where did you get the flowers needed before then? Only resorts and hotels such as mine have a license for it. I've been here before, haven't I? Julia, do you hear yourself? So you want to say that the last time you've been to this hotel a couple years ago, you took some Nighting Elysium, grinding into dust, saved until this night, came to the hotel with your girlfriend who had a suicidal episode the last time she was here, poisoned LQ and Mrs. Romero, while attempting to do that to Mr. Romero, and the only possible time frame you would be able to do that, spend most of your night away from your girlfriend who didn't feel like even giving you a key to a room, with her being found dead with the circumstances when you were the most likely suspects. When we look past a literal planned murder that anyone knew about the secret room could have led to the most likely leads to themselves. Won't you know, there are reasons to believe that you did know about that room. What a surprise. Cephio, you've known me for years. Do you think I would do something like that? I don't know. I never would have imagined you planned to poison everyone. So even in the best case scenario, it's something that you have undeniably done. There's like no music. How are you? I don't know. I thought the way I'd feel right now would change when the police take you away, but it didn't. She killed my best friend.
Her fiancé. I didn't know that was him. I lied to protect her when I realized she poisoned Lady Q and Mrs. Double Trouble, all the while not even taking a minute to think about the implications behind what she did. I was a fool.
I wish our first meetings could have transpired under better circumstances. They need emotional scapegoat to vent your frustrations. I wouldn't mind if it was me.
No. Had you not involved yourself into this, I would have most likely lived the rest of my life unbeknownst to the truth. You've helped me more than enough. If anything, I'm the one at fault for everything that has gone down tonight. Had I not introduced them to each other, Pumpkin would still be here with us.
Ah, you can't let yourself get stuck in the trappings of that kind of thinking.
Quoting advice from an idiot, just...
Hey, sorry for interrupting, but we're on our way home. You arrived here with Pumpkin and Crescent Moon, didn't you? We can give you a lift back to the city if you don't mind.
Right, thanks. Excuse my self-pitying. For what it's worth, meeting you has been the best part of this night. Here, that's my number. Hope that we'll cross paths under better circumstances once more.
I couldn't sleep. That's understandable. Have enough room for one more on that sofa of yours? Sure. Close your eyes. I don't want to sleep. Just for a few seconds. Fine. The end. I still don't understand completely why she wanted to kill her girlfriend. So you're the fabled Julia that Seth was talking to me about. Well, oh yeah, sorry. You feeling alright? Yeah, just tired. The past couple of months it's been the baselining state of existence. Oh, if you want, we can move this meeting for later. Kinda late for that, isn't it? I guess somewhat. Listen, I know Steffi had told you I was looking for a barista, but I kind of found one already by the point they had arranged this meeting. So, I'm fine with that. Steph was saying that the job part would be a good excuse to know someone new. Well, if that's so, then it's good to get to know you, Bethany, right? Beth works. Beth, well, would you like to get a drink? Don't think I've ever been to such a festive party before. Please don't mind the audience. The only reason I even go to these is because my financial advisor says that would be better to have the local hierarchy at least know about my existence. Well, if you're interested, maybe we can give them a show in the form of a little dance. I'd be glad to, but I don't actually know how to dance. Well, actually, neither do I. I don't know why I even said that. Please forget it. I do have karaoke, though. Have you seen the look on their faces? That was amazing. Julia. Yeah? Why are you back? One of the perpetrators of the Tranquility Hotel murders has gone missing following a baffling not guilty verdict. What is this? So she made her own way out of her mess. How wonderful. Could have sent me a letter instead. Though, oh right, you like to see reaction of your audience, don't you? Well, I won't give you the pleasure of witnessing my sour mug. This was from over a week ago. Since the article came out, the journalists were able to dig up some strange Strange voice calls she made after her disappearance to a few of her associates. She sounded bizarre. It seems like she's been traveling all over the place for some reason. At first, it was thought that she was just trying to escape the house arrest that was a condition for her not guilty verdict, but now I'm not so sure. Hard to say what really happened. So what does this have to do with me? Did anything strange happen to you following that night? Was that all? Why did you really come here? I wanted to talk. I know things between us haven't really been the same since, but they can't sit without hearing you out. I don't know, expect what you want to hear from me. You heard the jury. Nothing I can do now will change that. Chin up, back straight, look at me. You haven't done what they think you did. You haven't done what they think you did, and if they made you believe you actually did it, then those who are dead by your hand deserve what was coming to them. Who is this? You're my daughter, nothing will change that. Nothing will change the fact I love you. Who is talking? Who are we talking to? Can I get what you're looking for? Whatever this thing we have is working. Why change anything? It's been the stable part of my life since my grandma's passing. Don't want to rock the boat while the water still seems so deep. I thought that by this point things would be different, but of course, why would they? I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore. I want to talk to the Julie I used to know, and when I speak with you, it's like all I see is a stranger. Just talk to me. I don't want to give up on you, but the more we talk, the harder it is for me to carry the same sentiment. Just tell me why. I didn't think she loved me. Did you love her? It's complicated. Yes. Or at least I did at first. But it's been so long since I've told her how I feel I can't even be sure what love is anymore. Our relationship was complicated. Why didn't you just break up with her? I tried, but things would have gotten out of hand way too quickly by then. Please just give me one more chance. Chance for what? And making what we have going on work? Beth, all I need is an answer for a simple question. Do you love me or do you not? It's just as I thought. When did that happen? Prior to the winter solstice 2 years ago. And both of you looked rather happy that day. As I said, things had become more complicated than I ever wanted them to be. Even the brightest moon will fade in the shadow, hon. Oh, cut the crap. So what? You just played it all for the public? That was part of it, yes. The transformation, our formation of our relationship was seen by so many eyes. Eyes of those words alone would give me the ability to go further than what I could have on my own. Throughout all my youth, I would uphold the romanticized ideal of independence that you just bestowed on me. Yet, when I was thrust into the real world, nearly all of my attempts would be all but futile. And then I was contacted by Black Sword. And once in my life, just once, I was able to make something of myself. I wouldn't be where I was without the help of others. I wouldn't be where I am had I not yearned for the help of others. Well, let's look on the bright side. Now that we're no longer together and it's all just an act, it's like we got back to an early stage of our relationship. Just two gals enjoying each other's company. Huh, wouldn't that be nice? So for 2 years they pretended to be dating? That was 2 years ago? Quite a long charade to be played. And all for what? To make your way among some snobby aristocrats? To make my way among some snobby aristocrats? It's so nice to have a good place in our town that hasn't been touched by the Romero's greedy hands. Yet they have so much capital, and yet they can't even add any good choices to their menu. Work under them is not much better. My girlfriend has been constantly complaining how suffocating of a work environment they have for years. Your partner works for them, how come? Oh, no, I'm a relatively small business owner. When she was looking for a job, I didn't have any opportunities for her. For years by now? Well, you see, please keep this between us, but I've been preparing to employ her right before this autumn. Oh well, their loss to let someone like your partner slip away from their grasp. And what a wonderful timing to have their wounds to last so much longer in a busy season. Will you let her do one of those adorable drawings on the top of their coffee with hearts and little faces? No dish is truly good without those. Romeros are so stingy, they don't see how little stuff like that is proper for an energizing experience. Beth knows how to do that. My humble little cafe will run well enough with her behind the counter. What? You want me to come work with you after all this years? Why? You said yourself that you hated to work under the Romeros, didn't you? Thank you, really, thank you. I thought that after everything we've been through, you'd want to keep me a fair distance away from you. I wasn't the one who was afraid of getting close when it mattered the most. Now I just want to salvage as much happiness and control over my life as I can after this. I just want to be happy. I just want to be free. I just want for all this to end. Hey Jules, I could really use someone to talk to right now. Are you even there? What in the... Okay, so what's this all about? We should cancel tonight's plans. Are you out of your mind? A black sword and a shade? Cops will eat them up as suspects. Do deed, point finger, the police will finish the paperwork. We don't need suspects. The whole point and the reason I agreed is that it would look like an accident. Just some guy who decided to go out for a night smoking, slipping and falling to his death upon the sharp spikes at the bottom of a ravine. Not unless we're careful. Regardless, it's too late to back out now. You've got your first part of the payment, and when you'll stop with this whining, you can take the second along the deed to do with along the knife to do the deed. Try to pull a fast one on me, and you'll know what happens. Do we have it clear? Yes, Miss Princess. Then go and enjoy the party. I'll join you soon after. No one. Wait, that's Pumpkin. She's going in her room. Should just leave and pretend I haven't seen anything. Just leave. Leave. Why won't you leave? Just... Hey, Jules. What are you doing here? What is that? Thought you'd be interested in seeing this. Oh wow, how long did you know about that? For a while, but our last visit didn't give us much opportunity to bring it up. Right. So you want to see the best this hotel has to offer while no one is here? I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting something more luxurious than this, but at least open windows in this one. It's quite a good view. Listen, there was something I wanted to talk to you about, Jules. Will you? So how's your evening going so far? Well, I know there isn't much to do since most of the other guests have gone. You? You know, finding my way to paying away the monotony of the days. And how's Bethany? I haven't seen her since she left the party. Seems like she's gone to sleep or isn't answering my knocks. The party might have quieted down, but isn't over yet. Who knows? Maybe she'll join us after all. Maybe. Been a while since the two of us were in the same bedroom overnight. Strange to say, but it seems the most intimate the two of us has been since the early days of our relationship. I missed it. I know you might be disappointed in the old killing thing, but I won't lie. I was glad to finally be done with it all. After all you put me through. Then I deserve the satisfaction of putting a blade through your heart. Missed the mark somewhat there. It's hard to go into stuff blindly, but that's neither new for either of us. So please just leave. Leave me already. I beg you. Following a bizarre number of appearances all over the world, Helen Q, the alleged perpetrator of the Tranquility Hotel murders, was found dead on top of an abandoned building closed off route. The cause of death was dehydration. Following the death of major owner Quintess Hotels, who had been bought out by the Romero Inc. The end. There we go. We did it. We beat the game. The murder has been solved by us. I'm gonna be so honest. Casey Noir and the carved pumpkins latte I thought was probably going to be a little bit more cheerful. I thought we were going to be solving the murder, the stealing of some pumpkin spice latte, and not specifically that someone named Pumpkin was getting carved and there are lattes. What do I think of the game? I think that I'm gonna give this game a 3.5 stars out of 5. I thought it was pretty alright. I think the beginning part was a little slow, but I realize now that it was just to set up all the characters that we would be looking at. I really can't do much criticism of this game because it was a short game made in a game jam, like a visual novel game jam, and generally those are very short experiences done in a short amount of time. So even though they added more, they made it better or whatever what they said at the beginning, they I find it hard to really lay on the super tough critique when it's stuff like this, I really liked the art style. I liked the characters. I got really attached to some of the characters' voices that I did, which oops, I did that, me. I thought it was fine. It was a short visual novel experience. I do wish there was more detecting. There was a lot more of the characters sort of figuring it out instead of me having a hand in figuring out, but game jam, visual novel, it's, like I said, tough to critique without sounding like a meanie face. Anyway, let me know what you think, and definitely let me know if a longer game like this is something you're interested in, or if I should keep it with shorter experiences. I have to go edit this now, and I think I am gonna hate editing this because it's really long. Oops, my bad. I am going to skedaddle, bestie. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Who knows what I'm playing? You know what? I'm not even going to tell you what I plan on playing because I'm probably going to change my mind. There's going to be a lot of time between now and next week, and I could change my mind. So here's a heart just for you. Save for later. Here's right now. Really care. It's your heart. You do you. I will see you in the next video. And take care of yourself. Drink water. All that good stuff. Goodbye. Ta-ta! Okay. Time to uninstall. Get this off of my computer. Uninstall. Goodbye. Cha-cha-cha. Charmin.